Welcome to Happy Hour, brought to you by Best Damn Bookkeeping. I see often that people like to talk about the levels of business, and they're like, oh, level 1, here's what you're doing. And level 2, here's what you're doing. And then you hit level 3, and here's what you're doing. And they just gracefully skip over level 1.5 and level 2.5 and 3.5, which is what I call the purgatories. And like, there's the period of time where things suck and you're working twice as hard and making half as much money, or making no money because you're hiring other people to do the work and they get the wage. And depending on how fast you're growing, there might not be anything left for you. And people just love to skip over that shit. And they're like, yeah, scaling a business is hard, but here I am today. Right. And they just forget about how much that sucked and what it took to put those pieces in place, and how many times they hired the wrong person and screwed up that process and fucked up that piece of equipment along the way. And I feel like you're a little closer to it, grinding through the last couple of years and like getting to that next level. What, I guess, do you mind sharing with us, like, revenue wise, roughly where you're at, employee number wise, roughly where you're at, just to give people a sense of where you were, where you are now?
Yeah, not a problem. We've grown quite a bit over the last couple of years that I started focusing on scaling. I think on average, we've grown around 60% or so plus each year. Last year, we ended the year right around it was like 243, 244. This year,
that was like you and a helper or two?
That was me and a helper, yeah. Me and one other guy, no admin, no anything. This year, this past season, 2023, I added a virtual assistant, 1 to 2 full-time guys. The one guy was kind of off and on. He left a little early. And then a couple part-time guys floating in and out of there. So 1 or 2 full-time people, and then a couple guys floating in and out. I worked around their schedule a little bit. And then myself kind of in and out of the field. I would say maybe 1 day a week, if that. I was in the field doing actual physical work. But this year, we closed out the year just shy of 400.
Beauty.
So, yeah, very good growth, I think.
You're getting to the sweet spot. There's a nice sweet spot around like the 500,000, 600,000, where you're still playing like ops manager, but everybody's out in the field doing the work, and you go out there and you backfill every once in a while, or you bring them hot chocolates or coffees, or maybe some whiskey in the coffee. I don't know. And you got some admin help. Like 500,000 is a great level where you can like have a full-time admin person helping out. And it's profitable. It's a sweet little business model. But then you know what's going to happen. You're going to hang out there for a minute, and then you're going to be like, well, now that I'm here and I showed that I can do this, maybe I'll just double it and do this $1 million thing that everybody wants to do. Because you're a dude and you're an entrepreneur and you can't help yourself. So that'll be the next thing. But at least in the meantime, and then you're going to hit another purgatory where you stop making money again, even though you're like, how am I doing so much work and not making any money? But for a minute there, you're going to make some money. Be good. Go on some hunts. Maybe come ice fishing or something.
Yeah.
Hey, home service heroes. Thank you guys so much for tuning into our home service happy hour content today. I sure hope you learned a little something. And I sure as heck hope that it was entertaining. If you did find it fun and entertaining, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more cool, fun, entertaining business content. And speaking of which, stay tuned. There's a little more here and a little more right here. Check it out.